halos nag-iiyakan. Dito sa kanya, check kayo may gawa nito. Hindi na isama yung check kayo.
Nagpapatawa lang po ito, sir.
His last supper kay William Hernandez. Ito po, simpleng hapunan. Sabi ko, may medical emergency. He's already under your custody if we can bring him to the hospital. Kasi ang mismong doktor niya nagsabi na, ayaw ni General Torre. Saying namin, may doktor kami rito sa Binamon.
Ayaw ko nakaka-istorbo sa mga taong kasama ko sa aeroplano. Sumama na lang tayo at doon natin pag-usapan kung saan man yung itong mga bagay na to. Wala yung pinapersa, hindi siya na gano'n. Kine-question lang niya yung mga karapatan niya. Yung akusado, asan yung basic na ang tanong niya, asan ang warrant of arrest? Hindi niya mapakita. Siya na rin yung nagsabi na, sige, ayaw ko maka-istorbo dito sa publiko. May flight pa na aalis, sasakyan itong aeroplano na ito, alis na tayo. Malis kami.
Attorney Gan, please.
Yes, so doon pa lang mismo sa plane, tanong ko po, I went to the plane, what were the very first words spoken to our president?
Hindi ko na masyado ma-recall because of the commotion. Parang may sinasabi sila, we are placing you under arrest because of a warrant. Yun ang nakikita. Hindi ako nakaharap. Nasa likod ako, nasa dami ng tao. Sabi ko, ang nagtanong yung wife ko, si Mrs. Medaldea, who's also a lawyer, asan yung warrant? Walang maipakita sa kanya. Kasi hindi naman asan yung warrant? Nandito sa telepono. Ugulihin ka na lang, nasa telepono pa yung pang-uuli sa'yo. Ano klaseng ano yun? And to think of that, kasama mo ang Undersecretary of Justice, ang Chief State Prosecutor, na we should have, at the very least, protected also the rights of an accused, who incidentally was the former President of the Republic of the Philippines. Konting respeto lang. Di mo ba?
Kaya nga, Kapelya, kaya nga po, itong special edition natin ng Kapihan, we want to walk through, itong audience natin, yung legal implications, yung context ng usaping legalidad, kasi po, Pilipino ang involved dito at ang kanyang karapatan sa ilalim ng ating saligang batas. Yung nasabi ni Secretary Medjaldea, under Philippine conditions, at alam niyo po yan, ating mga kababayan, paulit-ulit ko pinapaalala sa inyo na kung kayo ay aarestuhin, hanapin ninyo yung warrant of arrest. Bit-bit dapat yung papel na yan. Yun ang hinihinging simpleng bagay nila ni Attorney Medjaldea, yung Mrs. DES, nasaan yung warrant. Pati po si dating presidente, bilang isang abogado at dating prosecutor. Subalit, yung simpleng request na yun, hindi nga na-produce nitong mga nag-aresto sa kanya. At bilang mga abogado, kaming tatlo po, ito po ay hindi katanggap-tanggap. Dahil yun ang hinihingi ng isang akusado. Kapel.
Pwede mag-
Yeah, sure.
Patungkol doon sa respeto at karapatan ng isang tao which is already placed under the custody of the law. I mentioned about the 3 doctors. Nung nakapasok po ako sa Villamor Air Base, andun na po yung grupo nila ni Mayor Rudy, kasama yung mga kasamahan niya galing sa Hong Kong, at nauna pa yung 3 doktor. And when I got into the room, the doctor was already physically examining the former president. And after a few minutes, the doctor approached me and she said, Attorney, kailangan siya dalhin sa hospital, may medical emergency. So, I approached General Torre. Kailangan siya dalhin sa hospital, may medical emergency. So, I approached General Torre. Sabi ko, may medical emergency. He's already under your custody. If we can bring him to the hospital. Kasi ang mismong doktor niya nagsabi na, ayaw ni General Torre. Saying namin, may doktor kami rito sa Binamon. So, basically, that's what happened so far as yung condition ng pasyente is concerned. So, if you would notice, if you would recall, there were reports of a medical certificate na yung sugar level na tumaas, and in the afternoon, he has to be administered a medical oxygen kasi humihina na nga yung kalagayan ng dating Pangulo. All throughout the day, when all these things were unfolding in our midst, and especially so na siya yung pinupuntarya ng mga pulis at that time.
Attorney Delva, salamat po.
In addition to that, they were insisting na basahan na agad sila kanyang rights. No? Constitutional rights. Sabi, I will read to you your rights. Well, I asked them simply, anong rights? Rights sa Pilipinas o rights sa ICC? Ang sagot sa akin, that's beyond my pay grade. Sabi ko, nandyan ang Undersecretary of Justice, nandyan ang Chief State Prosecutor, bakit hindi mo tanungin? Yun ang ating mga yun ang mga natatandaan ko. Kaya, sa natatandaan ko, hindi siya nabasahan din ng kanyang karapatan.
Sobra, no? Anyway, magmula po nung sa biyahe ni Pangulo, no, or the FPRRD sa Hong Kong, para po yung meet up with OFWs, mga kababayan natin, no, ka-event. Napunta tayo doon sa pag-arrive niya sa Pilipinas na naging nakakagulat, nakakasindak yung nangyari doon. Gusto ko susugan lang po kay Secretary Major Lea. Nung nangyari po nga po yan, yung arrival, yung pangaharas, at hindi pagkilala sa tamang proseso, nakaka-insulto to bilang abogado that alam naman natin na kailangan, sabi nga ni Attorney Yvette, na dapat may warrant. Pero hindi nila kinilala yung proseso eh. Secretary Major Lea, what were your thoughts and emotion during this moment na talagang nakita ninyo? Tapos susugang ko na lang din para tuloy-tuloy po yung sagot ninyo. Tapos meron po bang mga moments that stood out as particularly tense or critical? Attorney?
Alam mo na itong panahon na tense, very tense and critical. Kasi ang nakasalalay ang karapatan ng isang akusado. Lahat violate. No? From the basic right to counsel. No? The basic right to counsel. Ang presidente mismo ang kausap nung General Torre. I want to talk to my daughter. No? At the very least, nagtanong man na sana siya sa Undersecretary of Justice or sa Chief State Prosecutor na gusto niya makausap. Assuming na hindi niya alam yun, as a general, na right to counsel is the right of every Filipino under our Constitution. Beyond his pay grade daw.
Attorney Delva?
I would like to confirm what the statement of ES Bingbong Mendaldea. At some point, I was able to personally talk to the USEC concerned, who at the time, I learned later, was actually the officer in charge of the Department of Justice because then Secretary Remulla was attending an international conference, ironically, on narcotics in Austria. Now, so he was there. I approached him. Sir, can you do something about what General Torre is doing to the former president? He's already violating the rights of the former president. So we are just, the words that he used was monitoring and supervising what the implementation daw of the warrant. Sabi ko, nakikita niya naman, binabiolate na yung karapatan ng tao. Especially doon sa medical emergency, which I insisted earlier that time that I talked to him. And that's why I said I confirm doon sa sinabi ni ES Bingbong Mendaldea Ang sinabi niya sa akin is beyond his pay grade. Hindi ko na lang sasabihin na rin sinagot ko sa kanya. But anyway, so I talked also separately to State Prosecutor Padulyo. Ganun din similarly, ganun din ang sagot. They cannot do anything about what General Torre was doing on the ground in the Villamor Air Base. So, yun talagang plano since the start. That we came to know more or less early on during that long period, no? From, I think he was brought to Villamor sometime towards 11 o'clock in the morning, na ang plano talaga na hindi na makakalabas ang dating Pangulo except to forcibly bring him into the plane and bring him to the Hague. At ganun nga ang nangyari.
Yes.
Attorney,
Ako,
is, ano natin to, idagdag natin. Kung babalikan natin, no, balikan natin yung mga nangyari nung March 11. Is there anything you would have done differently that day, attorney?
We were expecting actually that if there would be any charges, and we know the basic law, and I think that the Department of Justice know that also. No foreign judgment or that can be applied or applicable or executed for that matter within the Philippines unless you refer it to the local courts. And it's a local court who will decide on the matter. Even on as basic as civil rights like foreign divorce, you cannot execute that here in the Philippines. It has to pass through the court who will affirm this foreign judgment. The same thing also with foreign orders. It will have to be referred to, and that's also in the law. No? Insofar as referral to a competent judicial authority. Obviously, the definition of a competent judicial authority was stretched out too long, too thinly, to say na pwede na rin pala yung, if I got the explanation during the Senate investigation, if I got it correctly, pwede na rin pala mag-determine yung the Department of Justice as the competent authority referred to in the law. So, yun ang malaking problema natin yan.
Yes. So kanina from Hong Kong, tapos pag-arrive ni FPRID, ngayon naman pumunta tayo yung sa flight na to the Hague. From Villamor Air Base, the journey continued aboard the plane to the Hague. A moment few outside the entourage could witness. Nakikita po yan ng maraming tao ang sumubaybay. Ang daming umiiyak dahil alam nila marami pong nasagasaang karapatang pantao. And kung kaya nilang gawin ito, siguro naisip ng tao na sinisigaw sila, dati nating presidente yan. Eh kung sa dating presidente nangyari ito, nagawa nila to, paano pa kami kaya mga simpleng mamamayang Pilipino? And that's one of the cry ng mga Pilipino na bakit nangyari to. So, moving forward, Secretary Majaldea, what happened during the flight? Kayo po kasi yung kasama. Kitang-kita natin to. How did former President Duterte respond to the situation? And what was your role while accompanying him? Kasi kita po namin lahat, kami po na mga talagang sumubaybay dahil nakita namin talaga yung sobrang harassment na nangyari sa inyo. Nakita namin yung itsura ni PRRD na he looks sick, but kalmado eh. Ayaw niyang bigyan ng problema yung makakakitang mga Pilipino. Hanggang sa ganong sitwasyon, nakita natin yung pagiging restraint niya. Kasi he is avoiding trouble. If you remember, mga kababayan, mga ka-vloggers, nakita ninyo na nung nagkakaroon sila ng parang palitan ng salita at pagkilala sa tamang proseso at batas, nakita ninyo ang Pangulo kung paano siya mag-deliver ng salita. Sinabi niya, antayin ko ang anak ko. Gusto ko makausap ang anak ko. Huwag kayong ganyan. May masasaktan, tapos narinig pa natin na tanggalin niyo yung bata. May babae dito. Hindi niya inisip yung sarili niya. And that time, he is so sick. kitang-kita, pero makita mo yung kalmadong mukha. Wala kang makikita. Malamya ang boses, pero kontrolado. Kaya makita mo talaga, last nakita natin, nakita mo nandoon pa rin yung leadership niya. Yung kakaibang leadership kung bakit mahal siya ng mga Pilipino. And now, bigyan natin ng pagkakataong makapagsalita kasi siya po yung kasama eh. Siya po talaga yung saksi sa lahat ng nangyari. Tayo po, sumusubaybay lang tayo kung ano ibabato sa ating information that time kasi news blackout eh. So please, Attorney Major Dea, Sec, please.
Si Atty. Delgro will reply.
Attorney Delga, please.
Dagdag ko lang kasi I was asking if yung 11-minute video that I took inside Villamor was shown earlier. So I'd like to give context to that.
Pwedeng daanan niyo po ba?
Pwede pong paki-roll natin. I think, bago po magsalita si Attorney Delga, can we watch?